autism is not something we try to get rid of. Autism is something we need to provide support for parents and children so they can have optimal outcome. Children do not learn from those they do not like.
So let's shift and start thinking about some of the misconceptions of autism. Because I think that's where, a lot of folks, and of course, in this new online world, everyone has an idea about something. So the first myth that I actually want to go over is people with autism lack emotions. What is the fact?
Individuals with autism feel a lot of them have, they want to have a friend. And even kids on level 3 autism, I've seen how much they are attached to mom and dad and the people who love them. And regardless of the severity of the idea of people with autism lack emotions is not true. And I've seen kids, the moment their favorite person walks in, they go there to give kisses on the face. Like, I've seen kids tell me like, I really want a friend. I have one kid I worked for 2 years. Whenever he sees me, he'll run to give me a hug. I have to remind myself, like, I gotta stand firm so I don't fall because this is a big kid. Like the whole idea of kids with autism lack emotion is just not true.
I love that one because I think that's important. Autism has all the capacities, just like everyone else. It just demonstrates in different ways. So, myth number two, autism can be cured. What's your response to that?
This one is a complicated one. We do not have a lot of studies that show autism can be cured. Autism is a developmental disability. In most cases, we're talking about support and put the support in place, maybe reduce the severity. There is one study in 2013, there was a 34 students, and then the researchers kind of compared these children with children without autism. And then what they found is that these 34 children in social communication domain, they are indistinguishable from kids without autism. But that's one of the very few studies we've seen when we compare children who were earlier diagnosed with autism with the kids without autism later on. You could not really, they do not have those symptoms you see on DSM-5. But that's again, very few studies. And another thing is, a lot of people who are in the autism community do not want to be cured. This is especially for kids in level 1 autism. Autism is not something they're ashamed of. They are strong advocates. You will see that everywhere, especially in UK. They're proud of who they are. They do not want to be cured. And this is their identity. This is something they are proud of. There's a lot of strength come from autism, right? And we want kids to be authentic, to be who you are. You do not have to mask your symptoms, and masking causes a lot of anxiety. Again, I'm talking about kids who are level 1 autism, who do not have intellectual disability, and they do not want to be cured. So I think this myth, autism can be cured, is less clear compared to the last one. People with autism lack emotion. But overall, I think the trend in research is that autism is not something we try to get rid of. Autism is something we need to provide support for parents and children so they can have optimal outcome, get a job when they grow up, have friends just everyone else, and participate in a community setting, going to church, going to movie, just like friends, and make sure they have that high quality of life, and then they can be a advocate for themselves.
So, autism is really about the support, right? And I love it best. It's there is no cure. We're not thinking we need the cure. We need to work on the support systems. And the better that we build the support systems, the better that not only just kids with autism, but just lots of kids with special needs can benefit. And so I think that's a beautiful way to think about it. And especially for people, we're on the provider side to keep talking about this. We have no intentions about curing. Our job is helping set up stable systems for the child and the family. So I love that. One that I wrote down because I hear this one, especially down here in the southern part of the United States. Children with autism just need discipline. If I had them for a weekend, I would, be able to fix them. So that's the myth. What's your response to that?
I don't think children with autism need discipline. I think they need understanding. Understanding, the brain is different. If it's simple as just discipline a child with autism, I think you and I, we probably don't even need to be here. Autism has nothing to do with parenting. Autism is neurodevelopmental disorder, means we've seen the brain structure being different in kids on the spectrum. It's real that it's hard for kids to make friends. It's not because the kids, you know, just don't want a friend. And it's real that children with autism a lot of times struggle with impulsivity, executive function, and they blurt out things. They say things, whatever come to their mind. That's not a discipline issue. That's something we have to teach our child and focus on skill instruction. And I think the biggest problem about punishment is that number one, you are not helping with the relationship, and children do not learn from those they do not like. And once you destroy that relationship, it's gonna take you a long time to regain that trust. Without that trust, it's impossible to teach. Number two, punishment, discipline does not teach skills. It only teaches the child what not to do. And it has no clue, the kid has no clue what is the desired behavior here. So, given that, I think definitely we need to think about how do we help kids with autism and how to train our teachers and train our parents and the people who directly interact with our children on the spectrum, shift the mindset from punishing to the mindset of understanding and support with love.
Well said. Well said. You can't discipline a child or a human who does not understand. It just does not make any sense. There's no good reason for it. So I like that we talked about some of the myths. And, when we start to think about, talking to the different family members, what's any final thoughts to share if you kind of have that family member? Thanks for watching. Are you ready for support? Look in the description below to book a free consultation call. We also have free downloadables from Parent Empowerment Coaching and our quest to help parents fight for 15 minutes. Stay empowered, stay informed. We'll talk again soon.